it's terror time again. They've got you running through the night. Yes, it's terror time again. Oh, you just might die of fright. It's a terrifying time.
All right, what's up?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Yeah, how are you doing? Yeah, all right. I don't think this really needs a whole big introduction. We just got done seeing Halloween 2018.
Yes, indeed.
I don't know who it was directed by, so don't ask me.
It was directed by David Gordon Green.
I knew that name, but I didn't say it. So here's the deal. You know, if you're watching this now, if you're watching this live, if you're watching this later on, probably not, because I don't know. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm trying to fix myself. I don't know if I should go with the hood up. Screw it.
I'm gonna try it.
All right. So the way this is gonna work is we're gonna do spoiler free. So no spoilers in the beginning.
We got that Michael merch on.
Yeah, I got the. Can you see the shirt? Hold on. There you go.
Damn.
There you go. Yeah. All right.
We got somebody watching.
Do we? Oh, okay. All right. So the way we'll do this is we're gonna talk about the movie without spoiling. And then after we're done, we'll put a warning up and we'll say, hey, we're going to spoil the movie now. Okay?
All right.
And then we'll talk about the spoilers and, you know, everything full in detail. Now, you had a question for me. What was your question?
So now that we've seen the movie,
Yes, sir.
what were you thinking going into it?
Mm-hmm.
And what are your thoughts coming out of it?
Coming out of it, I think it delivered a lot more than I expected. Because of the director and the movies that this director has made, I did a little. Can I speak? Can I speak today? I did a little background check on this guy, and he didn't really have a big of a horror like gallery background. Mm-hmm. So I was a bit worried going into this how he would do it, especially from the trailers. After seeing the trailers, I wasn't that excited because I felt like I was like, oh, I don't know about this one. But I'm glad to say that coming out of the movie, it exceeded my expectations. It did, but there were some things they could have left out, and I will explain more in the spoiler talk.
Yeah.
There's some things they could have took out where I was like, why did they need to do that? There was a couple things in this movie that didn't need to be in there, didn't really have a payoff kind of deal. Like, I guess they did some things in some kind of ways that led to this person getting killed or to lead this person this place. But I also don't feel like you really needed it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll get to full detail, but without, while spoiling, it's a really good movie. I think this is probably, if you look at the whole Halloween franchise as a whole, I think this stands up there with probably the best one. One of the, at least one of the best. I mean, in terms of like acting, good quality, good characters. Some characters I actually genuinely like. Some I didn't really care for. Okay, so Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis, loved her character in this. I love how they portrayed her, she's going through trauma and. You know, how she's she's going through a lot because of what happened over 40 years ago. I didn't like her daughter.
I didn't really either.
Like, I get it. I get why she was the way she was towards her mom. But I take it back. She did kind of redeem herself at the end. I will say that. I got worried. I was like, you gonna do this again? And then I ain't gonna say what she did yet. I'm not gonna get into what she did yet. But certain characters I really enjoyed. Some I didn't. Dialogue was fine for the most part. Surprised me here and there. Some things I wish they would have kept in. But overall, I think it was pretty cool. It was definitely really good. If in terms of like acting, I think it's better than the first one. In terms of gore and violence, I think it's better than the first one. The rest of the series doesn't even matter anymore, so it doesn't really matter. But you compare this to the remakes that came out, and these far see the remakes by far.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And the remakes, at least the remake of the first Halloween, it tried to do something.
Yeah.
Trying to give you a close psyche of Michael Myers as a young kid, trying to explain his backstory, and it tried its best. It tried so hard to like have an identity and try to like do something different, and it just kind of fell flat in the end. But this did a very good job. It's not perfect. I'm not gonna say it's a perfect movie. Like I said, there's some things I think they could have left out, but there was a lot of things I enjoyed. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Am I the only one who kept on thinking Michael Myers was the dude from Don't Breathe?
He did look. Oh my god, he did look like.
Like, why did I keep on thinking that Don't Breathe is like a sequel to Halloween, and that's his backstory. I kept looking at him with the white beard, and I'm like, this dude is Don't Breathe.
Oh my god. Oh, he had the messed up eye too.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my god.
I'm like, Michael Myers is Don't Breathe. Every time they kept on like they didn't show his face all the way, but they would kind of show like a little bit to give you like a glimpse, like he's an old man kind of. Like this dude looked just like the dude from Avatar.
Yeah, he was 61 years old in this movie.
Yeah,
he old.
He got messed up too.
He old, but he still got it.
Yeah, it seemed like he learned more than he ever did.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, hey, I teach a dog you teach an old dog new tricks, I guess, because the dude was just. But yeah, okay, so this is your second time seeing it.
Yeah.
What did you think about it a second time?
Well, the first time I went into it, I was thinking like, because I had watched the trailers and stuff, and I was going into it not with like high expectations. 'Cause I didn't want to get like my hopes up, so I just went into it. I'm like, all right, this is probably just going to be like a fun slaughter movie. So I went into it, and I was just like, I'm not gonna have super high expectations, but I hope this movie does what it needs to do, and it did that. This movie, I loved this movie. It was really well done. I loved the cinematography in it. The freaking score for the movie, Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, they added like a new theme song.
Oh my goodness.
There was like this one like new theme song that hit that had this beat to it, and I was like, it's kind of messed up because he's chasing somebody, but you can't help but dance to it because of the beat.
Talk about an eargasm.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
And I like the new remix of the theme for this movie.
Yeah,
it was really good, and I really like Michael in this movie.
Yeah, okay, so basically, now that I'm thinking about it, if you did like the Rob Zombie version of Halloween, you will like this version.
Yeah.
Because this Michael in those movies is pretty much the same. Like, if you think about how it looks and how he acts like the Rob Zombie one, but it's in a John Carpenter world, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Pretty much the way I view it. If you watch the original Halloween and then you watch the Rob Zombie one, it's like a mixture of both Michaels.
Yeah.
He has like the brutality of the Rob Zombie one, but he moves around like the Michael from the first Halloween. So he has like that smoothness and that like darkness to him.
He's way more ruthless, like.
Yeah.
And without spoiling, I mean, about it. Like, he's gonna kill people, so it's not really a spoiler. Like, in this one, he kind of just, like, before it was like, okay, he just kills because he wants to. But this one is, like, for real. Like, he for real just, like, if I see you, I'm gonna kill you. Like, I don't really kill. Like, he really legit didn't care this time. And I'm like, why? Like, and all the other ones, before it was like, okay, if they got in his way, he would do it. Or if they were, like, just being jerks. No one was really a jerk. There was no one being a jerk. Well, yeah, there was one person. But he was it. Yeah. He was the only dude that was, like, I guess, quote unquote, being a jerk and got the hands. Everybody else was just chilling in their home. He just came out of nowhere and just, I'm like, oh, okay, well.
That's an aspect of this movie I love, but I'll talk about that when we get to the spoilers. Because I want to go into more detail with it.
Yeah, it's gonna be more fun we get. So, final thoughts for spoiler free.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. If you are a fan of the series, you'll love it.
Oh yeah, dude. Would you say this movie is worth buying a ticket to go see?
Oh yeah, for sure. And here's another thing you got to think about. For the people I have on Facebook or YouTube, whatever you're watching this on, depending on what we put this on.
Mm-hmm.
This is not just a movie. This is a huge, monumental thing to think about.
Yeah.
The original one came out legit 40 years ago. And yes, there's been many sequels over the years. But for them to make another one in 2018 and pretty much... You okay?
Yeah, it was young.
And for them to go in the direction of like this movie is like a kind of quote unquote sequel to the original one, even though it's really not. It is, I guess, whatever. But like for them to like 40 years later still be making these movies, and to think that, you know, your parents probably saw the original one in movie theaters, and now you yourself can experience what they experienced as a kid. That to me is pretty cool and monumental, that in 2018 we get to experience these things in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it might not be the same way they experienced it, because, you know, now we're a little more sensitized on things, but it's still like a really cool thing to think about. Like, man. So final thoughts, or final, I guess, a rating.
What are we rating it out of?
Out of 10.
For me, I would say might be a little bit high on this one, but I'm gonna say 8 for me.
That's not high. I was gonna give it a 9.
Really?
Like, it's not. Oh, I'm not playing. I really thought I did see like a shadow like walking like behind the car. That's why I was like,
you paranoid.
No, it's like it's when people are driving, like the shadow, like the lights is like going past, and that's why. But yeah, I would have gave it a 9 because of the experience. Okay. 8.5.
Yeah, I was gonna say 8.5 for me.
8.5, 8.5. It's not perfect. Yeah, we'll get into it, but it's a solid B+ movie.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely high up there out of all the Halloween movies. It's definitely up there, at least number 1 or number 2, personally for me. And yeah, that all right.
Go see this movie.
Go see it. Spoiler free is done. We're about to spoil the heck out of this movie. So if you have not seen it now, go watch it. Come back later. Mm-hmm. Watch the spoiler. Somebody will timestamp it. I'll timestamp it. Somebody comment something right now. Somebody comment. Whoever's watching, comment something so it's timestamped to know that this is a spoiler talk part. Come back. Hit the timestamp. Bam.
We don't give you 5 seconds.
Yeah, 5 seconds.
Pause this video. Go see the movie. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. So let's get into this. So I'm gonna spoil the plot of this movie. Basically,
There's a
all
lot
right.
of stuff to talk about.
So
Yeah, you had to hit the steering wheel.
we start off with these two investigator dudes or whatever. I don't remember their names because they die anyway. So this one dude,
the one's name was Aaron. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
okay,
the other one.
yeah. So it was Aaron and this one chick. She was kind of fine, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So they go to the hospital to investigate. They want to know more about.
I don't know what the fuck that was. Why some weird shit always gotta happen?
Right.
Like, come on.
They want to know more. They want to know more about Michael, right?
Yeah.
So, they go to the psyche hospital and they walk. They're walking up to Michael. Michael got his back turned, so you can't see his face, of course. and they're like, they're asking him questions. They pull out the mask. She's like, Michael, you feel this? You feel that energy? And Michael does give a little bit of a small glance. He's like, this is a little bit. He does like, yeah, I know what you got. Let him know. Everybody start going crazy. Yeah. Boom, title. I actually like that. That was cool.
I feel like that represented something when they pulled the mask out. It was like the mood changed.
Yeah.
And then like
everyone felt it.
Yeah, all the patients around him felt it.
Yeah. Like even a dog was like, all right, something just happened.
Yeah.
And then when it hit that title card, bam, that was beautiful. Mm-hmm. So we go into it is now 40 years later. Those two people that were investigating, they're kind of doing like a podcast documentary about Michael Myers. They're trying to learn more about him. So they go, all right, we ain't find much about Michael. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go to Laurie Strode, try to find some more information from her. So they go over to our crib. They try to ask her some more questions, and she's just like, there's nothing more you can know about the situation. He killed 5 people about 40 years ago. You already know what happened. They took my kids away from me. Didn't she say she had 2 kids?
No, she said she had 2 divorces.
Oh, okay. So yeah, she had 2 divorces, and she had 1 kid. And when her child was 12 years old, they took her child custody, took her child away. But she was like, "You already know that. Get out of here. Give me my money. Get out of here." So, it then transfers to we then are introduced to.
I mean, they kind of did that.
Yeah.
With Rob Zombie's movie, but.
So then. It then transfers to we then are introduced to what is her name? Allison.
Yeah.
Allison. We are introduced to Allison, and she talked to her mom, and they're talking about well, we're pretty much at this point we're just getting introduced to like the mom, the dad, the mom being
Michael. I'm sorry.
The mom being Laurie Strode's daughter. Her name is Karen?
Yeah.
Okay. So the mom named Karen is Laurie Strode's daughter, who her daughter also had a daughter named Allison. Yeah. Or Alice, something like that. Allison. So they're sitting there talking, and so they're pretty much talking. What was she saying? Yeah. So you're pretty much getting introduced to like the mom, the dad, and her daughter, getting to know what they're like. The dad's the goofy.
Did they say what the dad's name was? I can't remember if they did.
Yeah, I think it was like. It was something.
Was it Dave?
It was no. Dave was something a different character.
Frank? No.
It was like
I don't know.
I want to say it was Ted.
It could have been whatever his name was.
Anyway, but the dad was like your basic run of the mill, dad who's goofy, trying to be too funny, whatever. And then he walks away for a second, and Allison asks her mom, she's like, "You talk to grandma?" She's like, "Oh yeah, I talked to her. Yeah, she'll be coming later. She'll be over later." The daughter's like, "Did you talk to her for real?" She's like, "Yeah, I talked to her." She's like, "Yeah, okay, whatever." So then we get introduced to Allison's friends. She's pretty much telling her about the situation.
I don't remember their names. I remember the one
Dave and Lizzie, or Vicky. Yeah, Vicky. So we're now introduced to Dave and Vicky, her little group of friends or whatever. And she's like, "My mom's totally lying. Because I already talked to my grandma. And she said she was gonna come." Mm-hmm. And they're like, now they're kind of getting to talking about her grandma, and she's like, "Is she still bugging about, Michael Myers and stuff like that? It was 40 years ago. Like, why can't she get over it?" Her friends like, "What are you talking about, dude? She killed like 5 of her friends," and pretty much her friends were being dumb. Mm-hmm. So at this point in the movie, we're getting introduced to different characters or whatever, whatnot. Not a whole lot of going on. Then, so the night before Halloween, we find out that Michael Myers and a bunch of other mental hospital patients are going to be transferred to a different hospital at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Laurie Strode also knows about this, and she goes to see Michael get put on the bus. It's very hard for her. She watches him. She's breaking down. She's freaking out. He gets on the bus. They go on. Boom. Later on,
Oh God.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add a sound effect in editing.
All right. So then,
I'm gonna add the.
so then, pretty much, Alice is with her boyfriend and her parents. They're at this dinner, pretty much just talking about this little Halloween party they're gonna have pretty soon and whatever, whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Lori comes over. She starts breaking down. I'm trying to fast forward through stuff. Michael breaks out. He gets off the bus. The kid gets killed. You know, I'm pretty much laying out the whole story of the movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just go ahead. I'm gonna just stop right there. That's kind of the base how it starts. I'm gonna just go ahead and go off with the things we liked. Let's talk about the kills.
Oh God, those were brutal.
Everyone was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Because at first, so they did it smart. They did it real. The way they did it was, at first, they kind of like, they didn't show Michael really kill anybody. And sometimes you could see him in the background, kind of like stabbing, but you don't actually see him doing what he's doing. And then people would walk in and then see the what?
You forgot something.
What?
Michael killed a kid.
Oh yeah.
Michael killed a kid.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time that's ever happened in
That
a
is
big
true.
slasher movie.
Yeah, he snapped his neck.
Mm-hmm.
That was
I
funny.
remember the first time I saw that, I was like, oh my God, they just killed a kid.
Yeah. That is true. Michael's
Yeah.
never done that. He's usually kind of like, yeah, that's weird. He doesn't do that any other time when he could have.
What a
So
way
it's
to
like,
set
I don't
the
know
mood.
why. I don't know why he did that. Okay, so yeah, he kills a kid.
Talk about setting mood.
Some other times where you just see dead bodies laying around and you don't like, you know it's him, but like they don't actually show that it's him.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, the two reporters that were doing a little documentary, they're at this gas station, and you just know. You just knew who it was.
Mm-hmm.
Because at one point, you see the one dude, he's pumping the gas. You can literally see Michael walking behind him.
Mm-hmm.
That was the funny part. I'm like, dude, all I gotta do is turn around. He's right there. Then I think the woman in the car noticed.
Yeah.
I could have swore she was like trying to give him the signal, like he's
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, she was giving like that look with the eyes, like
Yeah,
look over there.
But then again, I don't know why she wouldn't just like say anything.
I don't know.
Because if she knew who it was, you would figure, okay, I'm gonna call the cops. She didn't. What other big kills? He steps on somebody's head.
Oh my God, that.
I actually popped for that. I screamed for that. He stumbled on, and it was nasty looking too.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, one of the dope ones was he goes up behind a chick, grabs her by the ponytail, smashes her head in, knife through the throat. That was one of the dopest kills I've ever seen from all of his series.
He snatched her hard too. You could hear it. He said something.
It was straight through the throat. I was like, ooh. What other good ones? There was a lot of good ones. There was a one creative one where I kind of wondered where he had the time for that. It was when, so I'm assuming, okay, so this is later on in the movie. He shows up at Lori's house in the cop car. He cut off one of the cop's head and put a flashlight in her head. When did he have time to do that?
I mean, he had time because he killed both the cops, so there was no one else there.
But why? I mean, I guess because he can, but I mean, I feel like
maybe he's creative. I don't know.
Okay, so I'm gonna go into nitpicking now. How? Okay, so
There was
it's
some
40
stuff that didn't
years,
make
right?
sense.
There's 40 years, right?
Yeah.
So How in the world did he know where everything was?
Like, you mean everything in the town? Or what do you mean?
How did he know where Laurie's house was?
Well, I mean, it's not like he got there on his own. The doctor drove there.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. He was driving, and then they were like, stop the car.
No.
Are you talking about after that?
Yeah, they were going towards. They were going towards. They weren't. No, they weren't. Okay, he was gonna drive there, but then Michael drove the whole rest of the way. He was knocked out.
So I got a question. Those cops, were they sitting out front of Laurie's house?
No,
because I was thinking, like, why are they just sitting there of all places?
No, I think they were just regular cops on stakeout.
I don't know.
So then I base the question. First of all, so Michael got hit by a car. He was knocked out. So
I got more questions.
So by the time, so at this point when he got knocked out, they weren't even on the road going towards Laurie's house. So how in the world did he know how to get there?
There's more questions than that. Like, when the reporters came to her house, she had like a fence and barbed wire and stuff. So Michael could have broke through the fence, but how'd the granddaughter get in? Because she had like the fencing around the place. So I was thinking about that, and I'm like, wait, how did she just get in?
Third question, we saw in the beginning of the movie that she had a gate that had to be opened remotely.
Yeah.
What's his face didn't even know about that, and he didn't press that button to let those cops in. So how did the cops get in?
I don't know.
No. Well, it was Michael. Yeah. So then how did Michael get in?
I mean, maybe he broke the thing and ripped the gate. I have no idea. I don't know.
Okay. Third question. Why did we need...
What?
Why did we need, we didn't need that little cheating part.
Oh, yeah. Some people were complaining about that because they're like, they set that whole thing up and it just didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
It didn't make sense.
Like, in a way, it set up some things because I guess if he didn't cheat on her, then she wouldn't have walked away with the one dude, and I guess Michael wouldn't have killed him, and then I guess Michael wouldn't have found Allison. But at the same time, it's like, you did all that?
If you think about it, that pretty much set up the whole end of the movie. Like, if they wouldn't have broke up, she wouldn't have went with the dude, Michael wouldn't have chased her, then they wouldn't have ended up in the car.
Actually, yeah, good point.
And then they wouldn't have ended up at Laura's house.
Good point. Just because they had him...
Because of that chick kissing him.
Yeah, just because a chick kissed her boyfriend. But here's the problem. If they wanted to set up that, why didn't they just have Alice... Why didn't he just say, hey, how about we leave this party, let's go for a walk?
Yeah.
Let's walk back home. Why did we need that cheating part? Why do we need to have her getting cheated on?
Why was Michael even in that backyard to begin with? Like, what was he doing there? I know he's like, when they took the shortcut.
Yeah.
Like, I know he was just like going to like random houses and killing people, but then like I was just like, why is he there?
Follow-up question. He was standing by the tree. When they jumped over the fence, they were by that tree. He could have killed them then.
I don't know.
So then why did he wait so long?
I don't know. Maybe he likes mind games. I don't know.
I mean, sure, but...
The only way you know the answer to that question is asking.
Like, okay, but here's the problem when it comes to like reality. That dude wouldn't have not in real life. I don't care how drunk you are. That dude wouldn't have stood there that long.
Yeah.
He was still in somebody's yard. He would have like left. He would have peaced out. Why was a shortcut going? Yeah. Yeah.
One of the things that confused me, it wasn't. I'm not saying it was like a bad thing, but like the thing with like the doctor turning on him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It confused me.
That made me. That was like, why? Okay. I guess they kind of set it up. He was like, he asked earlier. He was like, I want to know what it's like to be in the minds of a killer, and I was like, they're gonna come back to that.
I actually thought of something. Because he said he was obsessed with Michael. And I remember at the beginning of the movie, he was like saying that Loomis was the only one to see Michael out in the wild. And he was like, he was like, that was like the only thing different where Michael acted different from when he was like in captivity. So I was thinking like maybe that's why he did it, because he wanted to see what Michael was like out in the wild. But then,
yeah.
but then I'm like, I don't know.
For sure, I thought they were gonna go cult route again.
I'm glad they didn't.
For sure, as soon as he did it, I was like, he's gonna like try to like pick him up and carry him away, and they're gonna like do this cult thing. For sure, I thought that
this dude's gonna get pulled sleep down. He's gonna be fucking.
Yeah, for sure, I was like, because as soon as he like had a syringe, I was like, he's about to stab Michael, and then I was like, wait a minute, he's gonna stab him, ain't he? You know, ministers right away, stab him in the neck. I'm like, why? He was trying too hard to be Dr. Loomis too.
Yeah.
He was doing the voice too much. I'm like, all right.
Can I say the dude who did Dr. Loomis's voice in the beginning sounded like really like him?
That wasn't him?
No. The original dude died in like 1996.
I thought that was a clip from one of the old movies.
No, he's never said that. That was somebody doing his voice.
Oh, good job.
Yeah. I thought it was really well done.
Follow-up question. I mean, it's just a nitpick just because it's fun. Where did Lori get the funds to do all that in her house?
I don't know. Maybe just...
Where would she even buy any of that from? You can't just buy that at the store.
Black market? I don't know. I have no clue.
Yeah, okay, fine. One item, but like her whole house was done up like that. I mean, okay, fine. I'll play devil's advocate. Maybe because cops know Lori and they know her situation, they allow her to do that.
Yeah.
Because the cops seem to be pretty cool with her no matter what she did.
Yeah.
Just walk around with a gun. Lori's okay. We know it's you're fine.
So it was kind of like she was kind of Dr. Loomis too, in kind of a way.
Yeah.
Because she was like hunting him down. It was like she was Laurie Strode, but Loomis at the same time.
Okay, so someone brought this up, and I like this too. I liked how she was obviously terrified, but wanted it to end.
Yeah.
And I'll go on this. Her daughter was so annoying throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
And at the end, she was like, like she was making me mad because she was so scared of him. But I'm like, you were trained for this. You were trained since you were a kid. She literally said, since I was a kid, I was trained to shoot a gun. I was trained how to fight. I was trained for this moment to when he comes back. And he comes back and she's like all crying and like all worried. I'm like, you were trained for this.
I mean, I kind of see it in a way because maybe she like, even though she was trained, she thought that she was never actually going to have to like see him and like actually do it.
Okay.
So maybe that's why. But then, like...
I feel like some kind of instincts would kick in of like, oh, let's go... Well, okay, fine. I'll go with that. Fine. Okay. I'll give you that. I'll give you that one. And I do like how at the end, how she was fake crying, and he showed up, he's like, yeah, psych. Bam! But if it was such a perfect scene, but as much as I love Jamie Lee Curtis, the next part ruined it. It was so cheesy.
The end?
Happy Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
So it sets up this perfect scene of redemption for this character of like, I'm acting to be scared. I've been acting like I've been scared this entire time, or I don't care, or it's not going to happen. And when Michael shows up, she's like, yeah, hot psych. Shoots him. And I'm thinking she about to blow him up. Laurie Strode pops up out of the dark. And it's cool how she popped up. But then she's like, happy Halloween. And then just like hits him once. Really? You didn't have a shotgun in hand. You just had a knife. Come on now.
I mean, it wasn't as bad as the Busta Rhymes one.
Okay, fair enough.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
His hands got messed up.
Oh yeah, she shot his fingers off.
Yeah, so
I had a question about that actually.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know he's Michael, but he had like half of his fingers left. So I was like looking at it, and I was like, okay, how did he, with like missing fingers, was able to like rip that thing off? Because I was thinking about that. I'm like, I get you're Michael and you're strong, but like you got missing fingers, so like, doing some like
he would have to like legit. He would have to like.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
That is true. How strong in this dude? This dude just ripped that off.
Man, he's fucking 60 years old.
Yeah. So, and it's like, okay, so I know people don't like when you go full in detail about,
What was that car flashing?
I don't know. I know people don't like going on full in detail about Michael, but at the same time, it would be nice to have some information sometimes because we're supposed to go, he's just a psycho killer.
Mm-hmm.
He's just human, or he's the personification of evil. But it's like he does unnatural stuff. He still survived. Like that's like you kind of have to explain what is he technically. I guess it's a mystery that drives you to go see more. I guess whatever. But it's like I don't know. He's an old man. He looks like he don't breathe.
So I like the one thing they did. And I know you popped for this when like, he looked over the balcony and she was there. And then he turned around and then she wasn't there.
Yo, that was so dope. Okay, so if you watch the original one, it's the same thing when Dr. Loomis looked over the balcony and Michael was gone.
Mm-hmm.
This time, Michael looked over the balcony, Laurie was there. He turned around for a second, turned back, Laurie was gone. I was like, that's dope. That's cool how they did that. The only problem with that is, in reality, he would have heard her.
Yeah,
She was late on leaves.
Well, I mean, he was like turned around because like.
And she had just got stabbed, so
Yeah.
It's not like she had just got up and full. And she's kind of older.
Well, yeah.
Like, she's in her like 60s, so there's no way you telling me she got up super fast and was like, I'm full sprinting. He should have like, the heck were you doing? And then like. Like, he should have been able to look down at her and be like, what are you? Okay. But that was cool. Let's see. What else happened that was really cool? Where was he hiding in that room?
I don't know.
Because he just popped out.
Oh, he was in the... Wait, I think he was like by the mannequins or something, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, but he's a big dude. And she was shining the flashlight all around.
Unless he was like out on the balcony and then came in, but I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
I like how after he choked her, she got real mad. And she was like, no. And just like kind of pushed him off him for a second and like
Yeah, this dude
started going back.
He like grabbed the shit out of her head. I was like, that was loud. I had her.
But she still gave him the hands a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But they stabbed her. And I was like, oh, she's dead.
Yeah. They almost pulled a resurrection on it. But thankfully.
Yeah. Yeah, they kind of retconned that too. I forgot she was in that.
Yeah.
Guess she didn't die. Huh. But yeah, but despite all the nitpicks, it was really, really fun.
Yeah. So what did you think in terms of how Michael looked in the movie?
Yeah, it's fine. It was like I don't like.
Like, did you like the mask that they used for the movie?
It was fine. I still my like as much as that movie is hated, I still think the best mask, in my opinion, is the remake mask. That's my favorite one.
The first remake or the second one?
Second one's cool too, but the first one, just the way it looks, and like they kind of did that with this one too, but it felt too tight on them. I don't know.
There was stuff I liked what they did with the mask in this movie. How they're like using like the lighting effects on it.
Mm-hmm.
How you would see like sometimes half the mask and like half shadow,
Mm-hmm.
or the way you could like see him come out of the dark. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah. It was really fun. I'm trying to think anything else. So okay.
Oh yeah, the point I wanted to bring up, we said something about it earlier, and I was like, I want to save it for the spoilers. So, pretty much, Michael, once he gets out, he just starts killing people, just left and right. And I loved when he like got into Haddonfield, and he was like walking around with the trick or treaters and stuff, and he was just like going house to house, just killing people for no reason. And I was just like, I was thinking in my head, like when I went into the movie, I was like, oh, is this going to be another thing where he's like just trying to hunt down Laurie the whole time?
Yeah.
And then like he just started killing random people. I was like, this dude is like actually just killing to just kill.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about. Like, this is the most ruthless he's ever been, ever. Because before it was like, again, he killed people randomly, kinda. But this
Yeah.
one was like you say, he just went to the next house,
Yeah.
went to the back door, got him, went out the front door. And I guess that's actually a good play on today's day and age of how easy he was able to blend in.
Mhm.
Just because he had an outfit on, he blended in with like all those trick or treaters. Went
Yeah.
to the next house, killed them, went out the back door, went out the front door. Next, moving on. I'm just like, this dude just going house to house, killer to kill. I'm like, this
Yeah.
dude is just, and no one even noticed.
Yeah. I was like, oh god. Like when he was doing that, I was like, this dude's about to kill like half the town and nobody's gonna even know.
Yeah, he could have
Like-
really.
Like
Maybe he did. Well, he did kill a lot of people.
I think this. I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think this might be the most kills he's ever done in one movie. I'm not sure. I can't like. I know like the first one he didn't have too many, but I don't know about the other ones. But I know this one he got like a lot of kills.
There's a YouTube channel that does kill counts.
But isn't it Dead Meat?
I think it's
They
dead.
do like the kill count for
Yeah,
movies.
yeah, they'll do it for us.
Yeah.
They'll
Yeah.
find out.
It seemed like more than usual.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. In Halloween 1, it's only 5 people. Halloween 2, it's only like 3. Maybe 4. And 4, and I don't know who he killed in 4 and 5. I don't remember.
I haven't seen
6.
those movies in a while.
Yeah, this might be. Yeah, because, okay. Well, let's count it ourselves. There's at least 3 cops on the floor by the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Killed the kid.
And the dad.
And we don't know that.
I mean, his neck was like snapped backwards.
The dad?
Yeah, that was the dad.
When?
When the cop got there and he was looking and he saw a dude with his neck snapped backwards, that was the dad.
Oh. Dad.
He's a dad.
That's 5 right there.
Yeah, and that was like just the beginning of the movie. Well, after the opening credits of the movie.
The 2
sort of.
reporters.
Yep. The dude he took the suit from.
Dude,
The cop at the
the
desk.
dude at the desk.
Who else?
Dave, Vicky,
Mm-hmm. That woman he snatched.
woman he snatched.
The lady with the curlers in her hair. Who else? That dude that had the cape on. I don't know what his name was. The drunk dude.
Yeah, I know what
his
you're
name
talking
was.
about.
I don't remember what his name was.
And then the 2 cops that were in the car.
Doctor.
Dude, he has over 20 kills.
And
No, wait, no.
Allison's dad.
Huh?
And Allison's dad.
Dude, that's almost 20. That's over 20 kills. That's a lot.
Yeah. I just really love, like, I just loved how he was just like no fucks given Michael. He was just like, I'm old and I don't give a fuck. I'm just
The
gonna
new
kill,
Dr. Loomis.
I'm just gonna kill everybody I see.
Dude, I think he has almost 23 kills.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Protect your kids. No one's safe. Wow.
And everybody thought he was gonna kill that baby, but he didn't.
There was literally a kid in front. He was like, he's not gonna, is he? He was-
And then he walked up to the crib, to the whatever he was in, and all he was, oh shit.
yeah.
I started
He was like,
crying.
all her was, he's not really gonna do it, is he? And he was like, oh no, he's gonna do it. He didn't. So yeah, that thing that's like the most of what happened. I think that's like the most nitpicking and stuff I enjoyed. Okay, so let's talk about the ending.
So I like the ending, but at the same time I don't.
Same.
Like I like the point up until
He's not dead.
no. I even like when he got trapped because I was like, oh, that was like smart.
I
And
thought they were
then
gonna
after
leave
that-
him.
Then after that, I was just like, okay, I don't really like that.
They should have just left him.
I mean,
Because okay,
yeah, he had no way to
because
get out.
that's what I'm saying. Because of the fact that they burnt it, that's his escape. We know now. It's kind of like we know he's gonna get out. That he got out pretty much. Some because they didn't actually show his body getting burnt at all.
Maybe if the
They
house
show fire around him.
if the house would have exploded, maybe I would have been like, okay, he might be dead. but
Not really. He's a 5. Well, Halloween 2 don't matter no more. But still, if you go back to those, he's lived through that.
yeah.
So I think it would have been way more smart to just leave him in the cage.
Mm-hmm.
Just leave him down there. He can't get out. Those are strong bars. What they should have did. No, never mind. I was gonna say like make the bars super hot so we try to touch them and they just burn them. But no, because then the bars could just melt.
Yeah.
He can get out.
Maybe he did while it was on fire.
All right, small nitpick. Just thought about this. If Laurie Strode had all that money to build that house, why didn't she just move across to either a different state or a different country?
I don't know. I was wondering. I was like, why did she stay? Well, if that's technically still Haddonfield, because it's like out in like nowhere, kind of. But whatever. Like I was just like, why is she still there? I mean, maybe it's because she had that thought of like when he comes back, she knows where he's gonna go. Maybe.
But if you leave to a different country, there's no way he's getting on board. There's absolutely no way.
I don't know. I'm thinking it's like after that she was so traumatized and she just became obsessed with wanting to kill him. Maybe that's why she didn't leave there, because she knew like eventually whenever he escaped he would come to Haddonfield and she wanted to be the one to kill him, so maybe that's why she didn't move.
Okay, so let's just assume that he could somehow, like, you gotta think about it like this. Him finding out where she lived at, it's like, okay, maybe he checked the records, or maybe someone had a GPS. I don't know. We'll assume that. But if she moved to like Brazil, there's no way he know where she's at.
Brazil.
Like, if she moved like Paris or UK or China, there's absolutely no way you're telling me Michael could find her.
All right, so you want to like just explain them this movie and wrap this up?
No, I think that pretty much explains it.
Well,
he got trapped for a second, and then they just lit the house on fire.
Yeah, pretty much the end of this movie is just Laurie looking for him around the house, and then she's like closing doors in all the rooms he's not in, which is smart because then it's like it narrows it down to where he is.
Mm-hmm.
And then and then they have a little bit of a fight in the one room. She gets thrown off the balcony. Then the granddaughter gets there, and then they're down in the room. Michael tries coming for them, and that's when he rips the thing off. Gets shot. I think she shot him through the neck, actually.
She shot him a couple times.
Yeah, and then they trap him down there, and then it was built as a trap, and then they light the place on fire, and then they leave the house. And then they get in some stranger's car, and then they drive off, and then it ends.
Okay, so not really a nitpick, but just question. Why wouldn't she just trap herself? If she was that concerned, I mean, I know she wanted to kill him, but if it came down to the wire where she was that concerned, why wouldn't she just trap herself down there? She has food.
I don't know.
It's not like I don't know how strong he is, so I don't believe he can get down there.
I mean, he ripped that thing off with like half a missing hand, so.
Well, then if that's true, then why didn't he just rip it off at the end?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, this was fun. I think this is like the longest podcast we've ever done, actually.
So, do you think they're going to make a sequel?
Yeah, they have to. It left on a cliffhanger. You kind of like they put it like, okay, they got him, but like you just know, like
they didn't show him.
They didn't show a
so.
body. They didn't show anything. So it's like you can't just leave a house on fire and go, oh no, he's dead. It's like no, they didn't like do anything to show that he's still alive, but at the same time, they didn't show that he's dead either. So, and this movie makes good money, which I don't know. I'm just saying, when I went to go see Venom, it wasn't packed. This is the first time I ever come to a movie theater and they told me the thing was sold out.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I think Halloween is making its money.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe later on we could check out the ticket margin to see how much Halloween's making.
Yeah.
But I think it's making its money. So I think it's okay.
So the way I see it, this Halloween was a great way to bring Michael back and to bring Halloween back, and it's also a very important movie. Now that I've seen the movie, and I feel like this movie is gonna make a ton of money. This movie is the movie that can open up the door for other people. If this movie does well, which now that I've seen it, I know it will. This can be the movie that makes other people look at the other slashers and go, if Halloween's doing that, we can make another Jason.
Well, no, okay, so
I feel like that.
So here's the thing. I don't think Halloween's the first one to do that. I think
because Chucky did that.
Chucky did it. Pennywise did it.
Yeah.
Saw did it. I think this is gonna help, but like I think it is actually what did it because it did big numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it was I think is one of the most successful horror movies of all time.
Yeah, I can't wait for chapter 2 whenever it comes out.
Not just from fans, like it made a lot of money. Like it made like big time Marvel money, which is like rare for a horror movie. So I think that's what made people go, okay, let's bring it back. Halloween, I don't think it's gonna do that because here's the thing, it was covered by like a really big company. I think that followed them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that I don't feel like Halloween's gonna make that much money, but if it does, I would be very shocked within the next 2 or 3 years if we don't see another Jason or Friday. Within the next 5 years, I'd say if we don't get another Nightmare on Elm Street or another Jason Voorhees, I'd be kind of shocked.
I just feel like people could look at this and look at like it and Chucky, and look at it as people still care about all these slashers, even all this time later.
Now I don't know about Chucky. Chucky went straight to DVD.
Oh yeah, and they're rebooting it again for some reason.
Are you?
Yeah, I don't know why.
No.
But it's it, and then now this. I'm liking where this is going. Who the fuck's calling me? You can go away.
Well, yeah, I think it is. We'll see. I still think about 5 years. Within the next 5 years, I'd say definitely expect a Nightmare on Elm Street. Leatherface came out too.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
No one saw it. That's why.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah, this was a good movie. This has been fun talking about it. This is like our longest movie podcast I think we've done. How long has this been?
I think we started at like 11. Yeah.
Almost an hour. We're hungry. It's getting late.
This was a really good movie, and honestly, it might be one of the best Halloween movies.
See,
honestly,
I used to say number 1 was the best one, but I legit saw the first one yesterday. And it was fun to watch it, but it was only fun to watch it because of the dumb stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This was fun to watch it because of how awesome everything was.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want to put the first one first because of nostalgia, but then it's like, this one's kind of better in a lot of ways. So we'll see how I feel about it.
I felt like this movie was, compared to the other ones, an actual like serious Michael Myers movie.
Yeah,
it wasn't like anything dumb. It was just like really serious, which I liked.
Besides them putting person in there, really like we could have. I don't want to say we could have did without the high school stuff because I guess you need some of that high school stuff to build a bit of character. But again, there was some stuff where I was just like, I don't care.
Yeah. But overall, I really like this movie, and I would say definitely go see it, especially now since it's almost Halloween. If you really want to get that Halloween feel, that's one way to do it.
I'm not going out. No, I'm kidding. With that being said, This has been Robcore.nation.
And Demo the Warrior.
And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Happy Halloween.